right, what's going on, everybody? I am the one, the only, the W-O-O-K-I-E, joined here, a few misfits short. We have one in Budapest, one that won't be coming, and it's an odd show today due to the fact of there's this little thing. What's going on tomorrow? We're headed to something. What is it?
Renfest?
Work?
Work? Perfect. No, sillies. It's Keyforge Celebration. KFC 2 Extra Crispy will be coming to you live this weekend. I believe TTR will be doing the streaming. Is One Star Pizza
When they are
too?
not playing, they will be doing streaming.
Well, so from what I heard, because I got all the tea. Sydney will be doing a lot of the casting, but it will be on TTR's channel. I might make an appearance,
But
as
she
well.
is also playing. So, like, as far as Friday goes, I don't think anyone is casting anything on Friday.
Maybe I'll be there. I enjoy
You're
talking.
gonna be playing.
I enjoy talking to nobody. I actually thought about not doing the qualifier. Believe it or not.
Well, then I'm not bringing the damn deck for you.
Well, but I'm gonna play in the open.
Why would you do this?
What do you mean?
I'm saying what you're saying is stupid.
To you? So okay.
Yeah.
So I view my chances at Sealed Alliance as slim. Bought another couple decks last night. I pulled a 78 and a 66. So at least I guess I broke the 74 streak.
But your chances are the same as anyone else's.
I suppose. I keep saying that I probably won't, but my crack addiction will get to me, and I'll just do it anyway because reasons.
Yeah.
I'm like, this makes the most sense to me. I don't have a chance in 2023, so I'll make my chance in 2024. But I'll probably just end up going into the open, scrubbing out, and
But you can go into the open even if you do scrub out in the LCQ.
No, I
You're
know.
not luck.
Well, no, because you can't. Well, okay. So yes, you can, but you gotta scrub out because Worlds and the Open will be running simultaneously.
You're saying if you made the Worlds cut,
right,
you would then choose to play in the Open? This is even getting more stupid.
I would probably end up playing in Worlds against my better judge. Well, okay, so even then, I don't know what my chances are of beating Nova. I guess
0.
as good as anyone else's. 0?
Well,
perfect. Yeah,
0.
That's pretty much what the field
says. It roughly
says.
rounds to 0, but there's a chance. There's a chance that someone else eliminates her, and you don't even have to face her.
That is also a possibility.
That's what a lot of people are hoping for.
I just did the calculations. You're all fucked. It was real quick calculations.
Nobody wants to pair against Nova. There's maybe 5 decks on the planet that would be well, that's not true. There's maybe 5 decks in the competitive known field that would pair well against her. So lots of people are banking on those 5 decks not only show up, are piloted by someone that knows what's going on, and then randomly pair against Nova twice. So there's a lot of people that are hoping for that scenario.
Well, hold on.
I don't think that's happening.
They also have to win. Don't forget that portion.
Well, that's the first.
You painted Christmas Land, and then you're like, oh, but it also has to snow on your birthday, and your birthday's on a leap year.
Again, if those players pair, if those players show up, have the decks that I'm talking about, and then pair to her, that would be a rough day for her. All that has to happen twice.
Right.
So, we all picked Nova to win.
It also has to be 2 different people.
Yeah, that's what it is. Right. Well, it doesn't actually have to be 2 different people because the same person could beat her both days. Right?
I suppose. Well, it's a top 4 cut, right?
Yes.
It's still the scenario I just said is still the same. She could lose 1 game day 1 and then lose another game day 2. Same person.
Yeah, great. Still not liking my chances, but the reality of the situation is I will more than likely go against my better judgment, and that's fine. I do it all the time. So either way, we'll be looking
so-
forward to some fun.
I do have an Archon deck that can beat her. I've done it. I just
And-
don't know if I'm playing Archon.
Faith could show up. Faith is heavily favored.
Faith would be a good one.
So
And someone even that is the only person that got a pick to win Archon other than Nova from our poll.
Yeah.
It was like 8 people picking Nova and then 1 person picked Sith on the Sandhopper deck.
okay, so all we know for the Open is that there is first place is qualified for Worlds next year. They haven't announced any other prizing for it.
I don't know if there is any other pricing.
I'm looking for those
I don't
crisp
know.
high fives. I don't know about you.
Okay. So I'm just saying, like,
Josh is just going to give you a handy. I mean, like a handshake, right?
yes.
Oh my
those
God,
side-
yes.
You got my hopes up there, Z.
Okay, so that just the chance of like there's one possibly valuable prize, and we have absolutely no idea because they have spoiled no other prizing.
Yep.
And for Worlds, well, top 4 is cash, right? So
Yeah, I would expect more. I mean, we got plaques for top 4 in all the other vaults, so I would expect something for top 4 for Worlds, whether it's a plaque or whatever. We had mats they had mats for the Grand Championships. There were mats at KFC.
Dude, when are they just going to do a title belt? I mean, now I
I
got
think
something
there
to, now I
should
got
be a
something to
World
play
Championship Keyforge Crucible title belt. That'd be
for.
something.
I got something to play for now.
So if I was in the actual event, like the one that's not the Open, I would expect something for top 4. I really don't know what they're gonna do for the Open. All we know is the one thing. That might be it.
and then like a handful of woe decks.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, you made top 8. Here's
I don't
a
even know if
one
you're gonna
deck
get that.
and some sleeves from last year. It'll be like what they gave away for the
Here's a chain tracker.
yeah, it'll be similar. I think it'll be similar prizes to Grand Championships, where it'll be stuff from the FFG vault of prizes, but it'll just be old FFG stuff.
Ugh.
And maybe
they gotta get rid of
maybe
them.
they make some
they
play
need
mats.
warehouse space if they're gonna ever make new stuff, right?
Yeah.
So, Sheep, where were we finding yesterday when we were at our locals about the top 4 cut? Because it's very clearly on keyforging.com activities, Archon Open Finals. The top 8 of the Archon Open compete for an invite to the Keyforge 2024 Archon World Championship.
Well, that's just something they publish in writing. We know that doesn't necessarily ever happen. So
Much like local. Sorry. That's definitely
Wait.
coming in 2023. 2024.
like, didn't they already change it from January to March or something on the Game Found right now?
No.
Does it still say January?
I have no idea. I didn't check. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean,
I know at one point it did say January.
if you told me it also said September, I'd still believe you.
It's where is there? I don't even know where to see that date.
Either way, we're gonna have a ton of fun. Make sure you're following us on all the social medias. I will be doing some streaming, something for the opening ceremonies, and more than likely the what is it called? Meet the Ghosts? The
Yes, Meet the
Ghosties?
Ghosts.
Yeah, the Ghosties. So I'll probably be streaming that if we're still there. Because that's actually happening late. It's happening at what is it? 4 o'clock?
Yeah,
I know we're all getting there tomorrow night, but when are y'all leaving?
Sunday. So that's what we're talking about is Sunday we have finals. We have the closing ceremonies at 3 p.m. and then Meet the Ghost at 4 p.m. And that is if everything stays on the time schedule. Last year, that was not the case. So we'll see.
Nope, it definitely was not the case. They did not make their time schedule by any means.
Yeah. Well, the reason I state that is because I actually was debating about taking Monday off as well. And unlike many people who just get to call in and say, hey, I'm not showing up tomorrow, I actually have to have all the work there for my kids. And so that was kind of the decision. Because if we leave at a normal time, I mean, even if it shows up 4 to 5 for Talk with the Ghosts, and then we grab dinner, we still have another 5-hour trip. That's not bad. I'm looking at, between 11 and 12 o'clock to be able to
I
make
definitely
it back.
should have taken Monday off.
Yeah, I already did.
I took Monday off. I'm
Way
flying
ahead
on
of you.
Monday.
I understand, but I like being with my kids. I like teaching. So,
Well, world has only happened once every 4 years, so
hey, this is our positive news. We're having worlds, guys. We are having worlds.
I took a sip of water, and you got me. You got me.
I mean, we've been waiting on this for 4 years. The pre-release or event for this game was November 2018, folks.
But hey, this is our second company. First one, FFG.
It's been
we didn't get
5
worlds.
years.
We didn't get worlds, but GG's coming through for us.
I hope so.
We just got to make it 2 more days. We got this.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
Again,
then there'll
GG.
be some soccer tournament that they have to reschedule.
So go, guys. By the way, we have a blizzard. Sorry, not having it.
Oh,
Oh,
my goodness.
jeez. Could you imagine? Oh, they got to cancel it because of the giant blizzard? Oh. There's no blizzard planned or scheduled
No. The weather was showing perfectly fine there.
Oh, I had a mild panic attack there for a minute. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Well, we are here to talk about that. But the main thing we wanted to go over before Worlds, obviously tons of content. Make sure you're following TTR on Twitch. Make sure you're following us on YouTube.
There you go.
And I don't know who else is scheduled to do anything.
Well, but pay attention to Discord. We'll go ahead and post things when we find them out, and that's the best way to be able to grab information and stay up to date.
Yep. We'll do what we can. But retailer pledges. I don't know if they were quote unquote announced, but we have them. We know what they are. I suppose we should give this one over to Dan, huh?
Yeah, and so what we did know about coming in with the Game Found Grim Reminders pledge was that there was a retail pledge. It was simply US $5. It said restricted to tabletop game retailers only. Retail pledge level to service brick and mortar tabletop hobby retailers. And this was one of the differences between WoW's Game Found campaign and Grim Reminders. But Sheep, you got some more information for us. So what are we looking at?
Well, they had their FAQ up, so it told you a little bit more about it. But ultimately, it was $5, and then GG would reach out to you and set you up with
Janet,
the information to buy directly from them. So you'll get a one-time opportunity to buy directly from Ghost Galaxy without having to deal with Asmodee in the US. And they had a kind of cooler retailer pledge, right? It's they had 3 levels they're offering. It's small, medium, or large, and it's either 3 boxes, 6 boxes, or 12 boxes, right? That's what it was.
Yep.
yeah.
So
So the small pledge.
Well, but there's more to it, right?
well, yeah. So it's 3, 6, or 12 boxes, and then in addition to those, you either get 6, 12, or 18 decks that have your store name in it, and you get to have your store logo put on it. So that's a change
really
from the
cool.
last time they did it. I think it's really cool.
That
So
is
let's-
a really, really that's actually called marketing.
Let's start with the small pledge. Small pledge, you're going to get 3 Keyforge Grim Reminder displays, 6 custom Keyforge Grim Reminders decks with your store logo and name, and then you will also get a Keyforge poster and POP material. For the medium,
Which is point of purchase, so it's just a display or a sign
display.
or something right there at your counter.
Yep. And then
Yeah.
for the medium retailer pledge, six displays, 12 custom Grim Reminders decks, 1 Keyforge Menagerie display, and then same thing, poster and pop material. And then, 12, 18 custom decks, 3 displays of Menagerie. You're going to get a Flumph plush with the large pledge. And, again, more Keyforge and pop material. But I think the bigger thing this does, which I didn't see anybody talking about, but maybe I'm stupid and didn't just see it. This gives Josh a point of contact for somebody.
Well, actually, to do this at all, you have to sign up for a retailer account with Ghost Galaxy.
Well, and I'm sure that's not difficult. At least I hope it's not difficult.
I hope it's not difficult. So then you have that account, which gives them, that point of contact for future OP and stuff. They also, though, they're in their disclaimer that I saw is international. International is still not great because you're responsible for your shipping and VAT and whatever other crazy imports there's going to be to get that stuff to you.
All the value added tax and all that, Jen, the shipping.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you make it better for internationals. I mean, it's
tough, right? Like without having some importing thing already set up, it's pretty rough.
I mean, is it better for internationals to go through Asmodee at that point, or not really?
I don't think Asmodee isn't an international. They're not an international distributor. Not Asmodee USA.
Oh, wait. Okay, so Asmodee again isn't handling the overseas accounts.
Right.
I don't
No,
think so.
the Asmodee
I forgot they didn't last
distribution.
time.
Well, Asmodee. So Asmodee is a ginormous company,
Right.
but specifically Keyforge distribution is just USA Asmodee, which is just US games distribution. So like Lion Imports, I think is the name of the people doing it in Canada. And I don't know who the other distributors, but they need distributors in other countries to take on distributing Keyforge in those areas. It is not Asmodee outside the US at all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a nightmare that I can't solve. Sorry, guys. Not that I can solve anything before, but looking like it's going to be a bigger problem. Again, for internationals, I don't know. Any ideas? Anything? No.
No.
I don't have anything. So
Again, you're in a realm of stuff that just is not our expertise. Why would we know any of this stuff?
I know I'm probably gonna phone stream the keynote, which I expect a lot of the same from last year. Just 2023 will now say 2024. I'll be doing that. Wizard 2028. Is that what you said?
It's a copy paste.
Copy paste. Control V, Control C. Yep. Control A, Control V, Control C. So, but I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. And that's, I mean, what else we got? I mean, I know Ewok wants to do his Won't You Be My Neighbor segment.
I'm super excited for these pledges. I think that added the logo's good. The rate at which you're getting decks to sealed decks, like it's better than one per box, right? So you can run reasonable size sealed tournaments with your player base and give away a deck, right? And
yes. Yeah, no, I think that marketing
do well.
pack is really good. It's placed good with the target market as far as like what the community is playing for. Like the most ironic and frustrating thing about this is like that's probably one of the best marketing packages that they've gotten. And had they actually marketed it before, more people would have signed up for it. But whatever.
There's always the thing of a day late and a dollar short. and it seems like GG is
Like,
there.
If I had known that that's what that was going to be, I could have got 4 or 5 of us at the stores and that used to run this game to sign up for that. But like my own local, which we've never not had Keyforge on the weekends during this whole damn time, didn't sign up for it because like I wasn't able to give them any more information than it says, "Hey, you might have a business relationship with GG this way." But they're a platinum store and they get whatever the max discount is from their wholesaler, which would be Asmodee anyway. Like, I wasn't able to tell them anything else.
I know, Z, that can be really frustrating, especially trying to work with the store. And
Can be.
Well, okay, it was. But my question is, was there a component? And I don't know because I wasn't there in the negotiation, but they're still under contract with Asmodee for distribution. And so there had to be some discussions as to what they could actually offer for
Well,
retailers.
there has to be discussions on what they could offer, but they can give information.
But what I'm saying is they may not have had that information. They may not have actually closed on this deal early enough.
If they had closed on the deal, then they shouldn't have even had the pledge there.
Well,
yeah, that I'm going to agree with because you had to have known you were going to do something as a. I mean, you can't tell me that they just came up with this pledge. I mean, maybe they did. I don't know. Like, literally, how long was the game found? It was what, a month?
So I guess my question is if you have a meeting set up with another company, you can go ahead and say, hey, on this date we're going to be talking about it, but you may not have finalized agreed upon terms, and as a result, you can't publish those. I don't know, but again, this is hypothesizing, and I do think that's an important idea to get out. That can we communicate with stores? Yes, great. I'll grab your information. Oh, now we have this finalized, and we get it out to the stores. It came late. But that's all that I can guess because, frankly, if I'm Asmodee, I don't want to be going ahead and giving up that right because it's just
Asmodee does not give a fuck about GG.
Keyforge is such a drop in the bucket for Asmodee. It doesn't even matter anymore. Like, I'm surprised they're holding them accountable to any of this. To be any of the contracts.
Everybody's margin is still there, and they're trying to be able to make a buck. And the end result is by Asmodee actually giving this up, they're hoping potentially long term.
I think that all of this is false, JR. Like you're talking about like a whale and a goldfish.
I understand. There is a very, very big size discrepancy between the two, but I'm telling you, something doesn't add up when you're looking at the pledge that was shown and what we can now see is actually coming to the retailers. So that tells me that there's other information that's missing.
It does add up because this is like GG's MO.
This is what badmarketing.com.
Right. This is kind of their MO.
I'm confused. What are you saying it's missing?
He's saying that there's a component missing in all of this, right?
No, I'm saying that it doesn't make sense just to have a straight pledge with no specifics. And so as a result of not seeing the specifics there, I think that there were more in negotiations than it was finalized. I don't think that they actually had it finalized.
No, I don't think actually they were talking about this on another show, but there is some pushback on retailer pledges and announcing what it is in the retailer pledge and making it public because then people come in and they use that as reasons to buy cheaper, and places have had bad experiences with that. But then again, I'm with you. This is GG. So like, did they have this like fully planned, or they're like right up to the last minute, can we add this? Or they're like, oh, we didn't sell nearly as many flumps as we expected, so we can put some flumps in these boxes.
Yeah. That would make more sense to me. Then I don't think there's some secret scheme of Asmodee trying to hold on to whatever small stranglehold they have on Keyforge. Like, I don't even know if Asmodee still knows what Keyforge is.
I'm not saying that it's a stranglehold.
Most of the reps don't.
Well, and we can see that that's an issue. I think GG's trying to be able to get out from under the contract that was agreed upon when GG acquired Keyforge. And that's a pushback and forth.
Nothing to do with the marketing part of this. Like this.
No, but what it has to do with is when GG purchased, they had distribution going through Asmodee, which has caused issues for the game since that we've gone ahead and had it. That's what I'm saying. And so by going ahead and circumventing them, because they did it through GameFound already, there hasn't been as much sales. Now coming back, you have this discussion of, hey, can we go ahead and offer this retailer pledge?
But I don't think Asmodee would have anything to do with what they're going to offer as a retailer pledge.
Oh,
It's not about what they're offering. It means, can they actually do it? Maybe this here for retail pledge simply is, can I get your contact, because they didn't have it finalized. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you have to have agreed upon terms. If GG goes ahead and just says, hey guys, I'm going to go ahead and offer boxes, they've now broken the contract with Asmodee.
They already made that
what else were
clear
they
that
What else
that
were
they
they
got
gonna?
permission from Asmodee to sell direct from this GameFound. Like that
Right.
was. They
But that's
changed,
what I'm
they
saying.
were clear.
They had
They
to get
changed the
permission.
contract.
Correct, but they had to get permission.
But
And what
what
I'm
else-
saying is
what
that
else-
we're
wasn't
all
there.
disagreeing with you today, Joe.
What else are they gonna?
That's
What
fine.
else were they gonna offer? Like it's not like they're like, oh, we're gonna offer singles, like because that wouldn't make sense. Like, what else would they offer besides boxes?
Well, notice that this is a very, very general game found. It literally says restricted to tabletop game retailers only.
Right,
Retail pledge level to service brick and mortar tabletop hobby retailers.
and that would make
If you-
sense, and that would be in line with what Sheep said. Like they can't like. They've had GameFound has had problems in the past with retailer pledges, saying that like people were trying to get in on the cheap.
Yeah, no,
So-
that it makes sense, but I'm saying you can't offer if you haven't agreed upon the terms. So again, we weren't in that meeting, and I know that unfortunately GG's a small team and they don't have things planned and organized. We can see that from past practice. So the idea of having this retailer, again, we like what they have now given to the retailers, but it's very possible they didn't publicize it because they just didn't have it in time. That's what I'm saying.
No,
Well-
they were never gonna like most places. Well, I don't know. I don't actually watch that many GameFounds. I don't think they were ever going to publish their stuff
Retailer pledge
publicly
package.
because I can't
No.
even get them. It's actually interesting, and it's on my list on the Meet GG. If they have
Talk to the
Alex there,
ghosties.
all my questions are for Alex and the retail garbage that's going on. The fact that our stores can't get boxes, but this goddamn online retailer keeps having sales at less than my cost. Like, what is going on? Why is this continuing to happen? We can't get boxes, but this guy can keep selling them below what I pay for them. Like that stuff is. Those are where my questions are on this.
Speaking
And
of,
they're like, oh, that's all Asmodee. That's all Asmodee. That's what they keep saying. But it's like, then do something about it.
Well,
So,
because at that
speaking
point,
of-
wouldn't it be like, oh, Asmodee is selling it below cost, right? Like that's
Well,
the
no,
line
so
of
what?
thinking.
What's going on there is like my store is a standard brick and mortar platinum or something with Asmodee. So we're like tier X and we get an average of 42% off or something, right?
Mhm. Yep.
And this place is an online, probably with a brick and mortar too, super gold premium handsies behind the dumpster, and they're getting stuff at 55 or 60 because they probably do sell quite a bit
Behind
more
the
than
dumpster,
mine.
classy.
Yeah, well, Asmodee, they do it dirty.
Classy.
So they probably do get a bigger discount than my store does because they move more stuff. I mean, it makes sense to some degree.
Well, and if you're buying in a different level of bulk, like a store isn't gonna buy, I don't know,
A
2,000
case versus-
displays,
But
right?
they
Like
haven't
stores
had
don't
that
work
many.
in that volume.
Their sales have been like, when they have sales, there's been like 120.
But that's
boxes, which
but
is
we
still
don't we
more
don't
than
know
my
what
store's
Asmodee
buying.
has to a bulk volume dealer. Like it's like
Well,
Like-
yeah, but
you work through your store account, and AC has its online account, and we're going to be given different amounts in stock by the reps that we work
nope,
with.
that's actually not how it works at Asmodee.
I
You
have seen two different numbers from two different reps.
to get Asmodee counts, you actually have to log in through the retail side of their thing. As a store, you can't in the store purchasing thing. It doesn't even show counts. It's their system is trash
Yeah.
on top of trash.
What I'm saying is, like, our AC person will give me a number that I can buy. My store down the street is getting a different number that they can buy.
Well,
like,
that's because their
maximum
reps
number.
are terrible.
Well, that's Asmodee. And I'm saying,
And
like,
there
this
is the
bulk
potential-
online person, if they're moving in the thousands, is probably getting a different number altogether.
Well, but they ain't moving in the thousands. But you're also the
They're
AC
selling at $80
the AC account is not a retail account, so you may
No, it
have
is an
limits.
online distribution. Yeah, I do. Yeah, we do.
You may have different limits. Like he may look at our account there and be like, "Oh, you can only ever buy 6. That's it. That's the deal." I don't know what the numbers are, but we may have a strict limit there. There's so much of that stuff that we don't know, and that's the problem. Is GG can't provide any answers because it's all off in Asmodee land, and they don't know what's going on at all.
But to speak to what you're thinking, like that, like the site you're talking about, there's one that ended up selling their woe boxes at was it like 86 a box or something.
Yes.
If they bought 200 boxes at a 58 or 60% discount, then yes, they made a profit. And no store is buying 200 displays. In that store, that online store sold everything they had immediately.
Twice.
So like that's what I'm talking about. Like if like your store calls in, they're not going to buy 100 displays, so they're not going to get that number.
No, I agree. Like we're going to get to a point of
this is why his question is on the list of how is this
selling
happening?
Below our cost, which means they have to be getting a significantly bigger discount to be making.
And I'm saying this question's not worth asking. Like that is the answer.
But
So what I will say is in our Archons Corner chat, there is a section that says 10 questions. I'm going to go ahead and post this here. We are actually still at Archons Corner looking for your questions. So I know we've talked about it in 2 different casts, but go ahead and plug them in. If you have a question you want one of us to be able to ask the ghost.
That is a completely different. That is completely false. That is not what 10 questions is for.
No, I'm just taking
nobody
over that
knows what
channel.
10 questions is for. We didn't pay attention.
I didn't make that channel.
Nobody read the opening portion of that channel, and that's
non-Keyforge questions.
Yeah, and I am going ahead and putting this right now as an area that I can see is open. So again, post it in 10 questions, and I'm going to hijack this channel so that we can go ahead and for the next couple of days have things that are tallied versus just us going through the back seat of the Wokmobile. So go ahead, post your questions in there, and we can go ahead and ask.
Yes,
right.
I guess. I don't want any softball questions though. Hard hitters. Hard, tough questions. Ask the real ones. Right? All right. JR, why don't you take us through the Won't You Be My Neighbor segment this week? Or don't. Either one, up to you. Oh, I lost everything. Hold on. All right, so let me see. I have lost all of my stuff. That's awesome. How did I lose? I lost my connection completely. Hold on,
to
guys.
the stores. So I give, again, real credit to GG here and one being able to connect with stores that have set this up, which you see it does now say March of 2024. I know it had said January earlier, but March of 2024. And I like
put the word maybe next to all these dates, and I think we'd all be fine. Be like, maybe March 2024. Well, actually, maybe March, maybe 2024. Then we're perfect.
All right.
But I do like the store emblem. I do like that these are name decks, and it's something really neat that can be done.
So pushing us through, I lost you guys for a second. I don't know what happened. I don't know if my internet just went.
That means the whole thing's not being recorded.
No, the whole thing's being recorded. It's just I think we're having inclement weather here in Wisconsin, meaning it's rained cats and dogs pretty much all day. So
we're having inclement weather. We're having inclement weather. We're having inclement weather.
So why don't you run us through the why won't you be my neighbor segment for this week, JR?
All right, boys and girls, it's real simple. We have worlds. I know we were joking about it earlier. It has been a long time coming. We're on a second company, but the end result is we have worlds. Unless something
we have
absolutely
more companies
magical.
running this game than we've had world champions.
I know, but people are coming from around the world. Even Sheep, you had been telling who's coming in, and I believe that we now have access that there's going to be one Chilean who's here. We have it's what I've always hoped for and to be able to see is to play Keyforge with people from around the world. And it's one thing to do it on TCO. Again, TCO is great, but I love to be able to sit across from someone and to play this game. And we're going to be able to do it. So GG, awesome job. Big hats off. And I'm excited for Worlds. I'm excited for the whole celebration that's going to be happening. Even from our Wokmobile going up tomorrow. We're good. This is amazing.
I still think you should have been able to get a party bus to come pick me up.
We do have a party bus. It's the Wokmobile.
We do have a party bus.
A GG funded party bus to go around and gather all the Sheep's people.
GG clearly said no fun to be had.
That is not cool. They need to be way more cool in the future.
Why aren't you cool, bro?
Yeah, you earned the right to have the travel fund. You should get to use it to its fullest.
He
Twice.
did. He
earned it twice.
He got a second room, so they don't have to listen to me snore.
Yeah, the Canadian donation came in hot.
Canadian donation. That's great. And Jam's here, so that makes it even better somehow. I don't know, but
we did lose a game in Canada, so wahoo.
So speaking of those name decks, do you guys have some ideas of what you're going to go ahead and use your name decks on now for Grim Reminders?
I backed the game found. Oh, wait, hold on.
No. This is softball. This is separate. I'm just curious because we're talking about Jam. Jam was there. I know Sheep, you were messing around with I Lose to Slow Walk, and so there's a couple. We had our X-Ray Sucks decks from last time, but
I went to time with Slow Walk, and all I got was a shitty deck.
Well, X-Ray Sucks big deck fit.
Ooh. That's not a good one.
No.
It's not a good one. We did X-Ray Sucks already.
Yeah.
It was so last season.
It's
last year.
It ran its course. And there's also people at KFC that will tell X-Ray he doesn't suck so much. It's not fun.
I think we need a Janet deck. Someone needs to get a
Janet deck. I don't know what we would call that though. That's a tough one.
Yeah, I'll just put some thought on that one. There definitely needs to be a Janet deck.
Yeah. Definitely needs to be a Janet.
Wow, Josh is just throwing this around. X-Ray got his invite before Sheep. Yeah.
He likes to point out that I suck. Yep.
At a non-Canadian event.
Jeez.
I don't need to go to Vol 6 year. I'm just gonna fly to Canada. One trip.
One and done, huh? Jeez. It's gonna be the U.S. invasion. There will never be a Canadian that will actually win a Canadian national.
I'm gonna go. Come visit.
And we're all crashing at Jam's place.
I think at that point he'd be like GTFO.
Dying of fire. Wow, Joe. That's brutal. That's not nice, Jam. That's not nice for me. Oof.
Started to realize this is just going to be the way.
This is
will
the
be
way.
a bunch of Americans in Canada every year.
Man. Name decks. I used my fun stuff and my time. Oh, okay. So Tobin's going with wife and kids names. Those are always fan favorites, right? seems too easy nowadays, though. I don't know. We'll have to think of something. But I mean,
No, Wookiee, family first, man. Always name it for your family.
nobody cares about me and my family. I plan birthday parties and nobody. Damn it, Janet. That would be a good one. It wouldn't pass the sweat filter. But what if it did, Josh? I'm just saying, what if that one maybe just slipped through? Just kind of, it was an accident. And it got hit, and the approve button got hit. I don't know how deck naming approval works, but let's just say maybe we just look the other way. I don't know.
I'm wondering if they're gonna deny my next sucks deck.
Is it sheep sucks?
No,
Is it Ewok
probably
sucks?
not. No, it's probably JM sucks.
Is there a choke show and a slow walk deck?
They're not.
Slow
Oh.
walk would be a good one. Choke show would be a good one. I don't know. But I think we're gonna save this for another time. It is good. I think we're just gonna do a short show this week, boys. I mean, we got a lot going on the next few days. We'll probably have like a 5-hour Patreon episode coming up. Maybe not 5 hours. I'll probably trim her down. Because I think we're gonna try to record the whole. We're gonna try to record the conversation in the car. I don't know how well this is gonna go. To be 100% honest with you.
We have to. It's always a good time in the vehicle, and
It's just going to be 5 hours of sheep going, they're already drinking.
No. That's not.
Already. People are
it's not
having fun without me.
It does
not
upset me.
It's not going to be 5 hours, but we do go
Solid
back
3.
and forth with some conversation. So why not record it? Let's have some fun.
We'll see what happens. We'll put it out there. Put her up on the Patreon. You guys can listen to it if you want. It always is good conversation in the car. So, and we never hit the record button. I don't know why. We just don't. But I mean, if you guys are around, we'll see you at Worlds. Signed 8x10s of Z will be available.
This is not approved by me.
What? This is how we're making that money, man. You gotta take one for the team on this.
Okay. $10.
$10. Damn.
Yep.
You're pricey.
There's only 2 of me, so
There's only 2 of you?
yeah, I made another one of me a while back.
Oh, okay. Perfect. But that's gonna do it for us this week, guys. We'll see y'all next week.
May the forge be with you.
Oh, sorry. Happy forging, everybody.
Ahoy!
Ahoy!